He wasn't confounded by her beauty or something equally silly. No,
just that
there's another
fine
reason he
ass.
couldn't take his eyes off her.
She had a
Kieran,
fat ass.
Junpei has seen her somewhere before. See? God, Kieran. He couldn't quite remember where, but he knew he'd met her somewhere before. The girl, too, stared at Junpei, similarly stunned. Her response suggested she'd seen him before as well. ...
Who's taking this then? ...
Without saying a word, he said ... Junpei walked slowly towards her. She didn't move.
He whispered in her ear, "Was your father a baker? Because you got some fine buns."
It was almost as though she was held in place by some sort of magic spell. As Junpei stepped onto her landing, the spell broke. And as soon as he set his foot down, the whole ship shook a second time. The quake caught the girl unprepared and she fell. Moving on instinct, Junpei leapt to catch her.
Oh, what a man.
Or so he thought. Doof.
Ooh.
Her face was far closer than it should have been, mere inches from his own.
This is like such a cliche moment
He
here.
was flat on his back, and she had landed squarely on top of him. The girl seemed as confused as he did, and her face
How
suggested
did
she still hadn't...
How did he fall before she did? When she was the
on
one
stairs
falling?
going up.
She
Damn,
fell on
motherfucker,
him.
this motherfucker is smooth. I know, man. Look at him.
For a moment, that seemed to stretch for a very long time. They stared at one another. The ship stopped shaking. Everything was quiet. Water could be heard from the bottom of the ship, lapping faintly a wall and ceiling, but eventually that faded as well. I really need to pee.
You cracked your kiss. Damn.
The silence is complete, a thick muffling blanket. At last, the girl opened her mouth.
Who is?
Taking it.
Beth.
Wait. Okay,
Oh my
go.
gosh, is that you, Jump? Is that just like say Jumpy?
Yeah.
Jumpy. Jumpy. A word's echoed through
Jump
Junpei's
on it.
head. Jump on it. And suddenly his memory returned. Is that Akane? Is that pronounced?
Akane-chan!
Okay, Akane.
Akane-chan! That's what it is.
Why hadn't he released it before? Why hadn't he realised it
He hadn't
before?
released it
These are-
before. It was
The girl fucking...
it was late
The girl is
BLC.
Akane Kurashiki. I'm probably butchering this Japanese name.
Kurashiki-chan!
She and Junpei had been friends in childhood. They'd gone to elementary school together for 6 years. You're such a bastard. Like, just
forget
leave
her.
and then you forget all about her. Move on to other people. God, what was she doing on the ship? Going to kick the shit out of you for being a terrible friend. Her soft eyes were only inches.
I love
from
you,
her.
Jumpy.
He could feel the warmth of her face, so I'm like... Feelings he's thought long forgotten began to work their way to the surface. Kissy girl. He could feel it. He could feel his face heating up.
Oh yeah, that's right, baby.
At that moment, the speaker crackled to life. A cold, eerie voice filled the room. It's fucking babe.
Kieran.
You're up.
Welcome aboard. I welcome you all from the bottom of my heart to this, my vessel.
You cannot understand half the words I am saying.
Well, I have this thing over my mouth.
Don't worry, yeah.
With the voice's invasion, the spell between Junpei and Akane was broken, and all hints of burgeoning romance instantly forgotten.
God, ugh.
Ugh.
It's
Simple.
really
They
annoying
hurriedly-
in anime. It's like when they fall over, it's like they're gonna land in an awkward position.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, Akane-chan.
I can't help but to roll my eyes every time. Ugh.
It's like,
So
oh,
much
God.
cliche with this girl.
I know.
I don't like
The
it.
cock blocks coming out from this guy, though. This horridly untangled
and
themselves
they
from one
could
another,
have
struggled to their
the
feet.
most awkward conversation later on.
Christ.
Oh,
Their
oh.
7 companions had heard the voice as well, and many of their faces had gone pale. Yeah, Beth, me and you are going to end up having to voice like that.
Maybe there is like options.
I want tears.
Yeah.
I want
They
tears.
looked around frantically. We're going for the
I
Oscar,
want
Beth.
blood.
You better be on board. At last they found it. A speaker set in the ceiling. Ooh, that's very old-timey.
Ooh. I am Bane, the captain of this ship.
He's He's
Stick to your lines.
I'm
man.
also the person who invited you here. Without your
Invited
permission,
being
of
you.
course, and stole you from your
Oh.
rooms with poison. That's besides the point.
The voice was harsh, obscured occasionally by the crackle of static and
Yeah,
sounds of
yeah.
Kieran going off the script. But Junpei recognised it. How could he have forgotten it? Of course not. Not with
Open
that
it
voice.
up, bro.
The same voice he could have heard from the man in the gas mask.
Junpei, you have no tea bags in the apartment.
Hey, asshole. What the hell is this?
Shut your face, you stoner fuck.
Come on out here. I want to get a look at you.
My face is obscured with a mask, idiot. What do you mean? What do you mean to do with us? Fuck off, lion. I need to have you participate in a
Don't
game.
ruin them, no. As if
Some
you
of
aren't
you-
ruined it already with the voice.
Some of you I know are familiar with this game. It's Monopoly.
Monopoly
But no
to the
one gets to
death.
be the car. I'm the car.
Ah,
I always be a
Nonary.
thimble.
You can be the. I'm always the dog.
It's a game where
always
you
the dog
put your
slut.
life on the line.
I used to be the dog, but everyone fought over it, so now I'm the thimble.
Nonary. Luke. Yes.
This is cute.
Nonary game.
I thought he was just really getting into character as Silver, but no, that's just him.
What the hell is that?
The voice continued in
I'm
place.
not listening to your shit. The rules of the model can be found in your pages.
Oh shit.
They are simple rules. Read them.
I'm not explaining to you.
I will leave that to the tutorials.
Nonary game.
Yes, nonary game. You've said that twice now.
Hey, there's something there's something in my pocket. Can you reach it for me while I take
Are you just
take a
No.
cheeky stare?
There is a great age difference
Check.
between these two characters.
Oh.
Check this out.
This woman is like 40 years old.
What?
She looks good for her age.
She's looking damn fine. Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. The rest of them reached into their own pockets and pulled out similar slips of paper. Oh. Junpei followed suit and dug into the pocket of his pants.
If one of you have my grocery list, can I please have that? Can't find
Come
it
on,
anywhere.
Crumple of
He's
paper,
not
slightly
talking
damp.
anymore. Come on.
His earlier ordeal. Hey, I got one too.
Then it would seem Zero has seen fit to grace us with a letter. Would you mind terribly reading it to us, young man?
I will read it terribly, yes. His request had been delivered to Junpei, who, after a short moment of surprise, did as he had
That's
been
right,
asked.
boy. Do what you're told.
On this ship, you will find a handful of doors emblazoned with numbers. We will call them the numbered doors.
Digital code. Digital route, digital route.
The doors in front of you are a pair of the same. The key to opening these numbers doors are the numbered bracelets that each
Yeah,
of you
basically,
possess.
let me summarize
Should
this.
you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets
It's like
and find that the digital root of that number is equal to
the
the number
key
of that
cards,
door,
but with people.
the door will open.
Oh,
That's
The
it.
game is the game is explaining it, Alex.
Yeah, but I can explain it so much faster. It's
Yeah,
the
well, we're
key
still
cards
stuck.
again, but with people. That's
Only
it.
those who
That
have
is
opened the
everything.
door may pass through. Yeah, but we've got all this exposition. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute.
I am
Bracelet,
number
Junpei
5.
figured. Had to mean the bulky finger. It's just, oh god. Pretty much every single thing he said could be answered with, no shit, Sherlock.
yeah.
He glanced around. It looked like everyone else had one as well, and had come to much the same conclusion. Well done, team. The purpose of the game is simple: leave the ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9. Junpei had reached the end of the letter. There was a long moment of silence, and the speaker crackled into life once more. It's your time to shine.
There's one last thing I must tell you. As you have no doubt summarized, the ship has begun to sink. On April 14th, 1912, the famous ocean liner Titanic crashed into an iceberg near... Turn that off, Jeffrey! I'm having a serious conversation. After remaining afloat for 2 hours and 40 minutes, it sank beneath the waters of the North Atlantic. I had to Wikipedia that because I did not know. I'll give you more time. 9 hours.
He's got a serious hard on for nines, this guy.
I like nines. That is the time you will be given to make your escape. Thank you. Kiss. Love you loads. Bye.
The voice finished and the speaker went silent. The sound of a bell tolling echoed through the hall.
Game
It
begin.
came from the dance hall adjacent to the stairwell. It took those assembled on the stairs mere moments to trace the sound to an antique clock embedded in the wall. Dong 7, dong 8, dong 9. The sound of the ninth bell
I
faded
think
away.
it was
The 10th
dong
never came.
space dong space dong. You read it completely opposite.
I know how to read. That meant the time was 9 o'clock. Most likely 9 o'clock in the evening. When Junpei had peered out the window of his cell, he'd seen nothing but blackness. It had to be night time. If that was the case, then they would need to escape by 6 a.m. the following day.
Now it is time. Let our game
I want to play a game.
begin. I wish you
There's
all the
lots
best
of
of
game.
luck.
Oh, you slut.
I wish you all the best of luck.
And may the
May the
may
force
the
be with
odds be
you.
forever in your
That could be a
favour.
way. That could be a way to end an episode. You sluts. Cut the outro.
Did not speak.
The speaker went silent and did not speak again. Silver yelled at the speakers with language coarse enough to embarrass the sailor. God, Luke.
Come on,
But the rest
Luke.
of Junpei's companions were silent, deep in thought. Junpei too was consumed by his thoughts. There was a great deal he didn't understand.
I don't
Who was
Really?
understand.
Where do-
Who was Zero?
Did I leave the...
Oh, it was an honorary game. Why he'd been chosen to make them a part of it. Was he a criminal who took delight in playing with his victims? Has he just watched the Saw box set all weekend and is feeling a bit... Or did he have some other purpose?
Was Batman not in the picture? He just got a bit bored? Find out later.
And why had Junpei been chosen as part of this insane game? Why had any of them been chosen? But one question was foremost on his mind.
Will Joe ever be able to pronounce the TH sound?
Akane.
Akane-chan! You need to say it like that.
They hadn't seen one another like elementary school. No, Kieran.
Akane-chan!
Why had she appeared now? Coincidence? No. That seems
I
impossible.
think not.
There had to be a reason. He didn't know what it might be, but there had to be a reason.
Very well.
The lion's voice seemed oddly loud in the silence.
Very well. Standing around here won't do us any good. Best we get moving, don't you think?
Get moving?
Are you planning to open the number door?
No.
Don't half-ass
Beth.
this, I want the Oscar!
Beth.
Are you planning to open the number door?
You didn't change much. It's...
I knocked it up like a
Watch here
decibel.
comes Luke to show you how it's done.
wait!
That was beautiful.
Don't tell me you're actually gonna do this.
What this Bane says.
That's what I
No,
meant.
no, that's not what I mean.
The lion shook his head, mildly annoyed.
Pissing me off, Dancy, you motherfucker. I'm saying, let's find another way.
Never.
After all, we haven't really examined this place yet.
What?
You're a bit
Question
dense,
mark.
aren't you?
Yawning.
Dot, dot, dot.
You're a bit dense, aren't you, broad?
Shut up. Fool.
I have
I can slap you
I
till
have a
next
master's
Wednesday.
degree. The separate investigations finished, all 9 people returned to where they'd left one another. The result of their work was nothing. Good, so you just wasted your time.
That was a bit shit,
Well
wasn't
played.
it?
They completely sealed in.
Well, duh.
The hard work had not gone completely to waste, however. Oh, good. They had learned a number of things. They scoured the parts of the ship they could reach. It seemed that they were confined to decks A through C. C deck was as far down as they could go, however. The reason being, water. D deck was completely submerged. Strangely, however, the water had risen no higher than D deck. The flow seemed to have stopped somehow, as evidenced by the surface of the water on D deck, which was as smooth as glass. The prince knelt down and gently drew his hand across it.
Perhaps this fellow is used to some sort of remote control to seal the water. God damn it!
Control.
You need to be real.
Gotta
You also missed 0.
control.
Yeah, this is
Water.
not.
Oh, no, damn.
What a fucker this fucker is.
He said that our time limit was 9 hours.
Yeah.
9 hours.
Come on.
Leviosa.
This guy is way too smart for that kind of voice.
No, he needs to
In
be.
other words, this water won't rise for 9 hours.
You dumb shits. I'm saying we ain't gonna sink down there. What? I didn't even know what I just said.
And you just called me a dumb shit.
Damn,
Well,
son.
that may be a little too optimistic.
Bro, fight me IRL.
Fight me all right. Man, you don't even lift. I've seen your scrawny ass body.
No point to wishful thinking.
Damn, son, you getting real on my tits.
There were 3 metal doors on C deck. A single door stood off to the side, with 2 more on the wall facing the central staircase. None of them had numbers or verification devices. They were, however, locked like the other doors. No matter how much they pushed and shoved, the doors refused to move. The mountain and the lion threw themselves against them a fair few times,
The man.
but to no
The
avail.
girl.
The door in the back had a
Kieran's-
keyhole.
The Kieran.
The Kieran group. Just, hey! Just above, I don't deny that fact. Just above it was a strange mark in the shape of a circle surrounding a door.
Oh.
There were 2 other doors on C deck as well, but it was clear they were elevators, as each had a button next to it with an upside down triangle. They tried pushing the button. No response. Apparently there was no power running to the elevators. To the left of the elevator doors was a card reader. The card reader also had a strange mark on it. It looked like a lowercase h, with a dash drawn across the upper stern of the h.
Actually
Junpei stared at it for a
pronounced
while. H.
H.
Oh, that's me.
Yog.
This is the symbol of Saturn.
That's
Shut
better.
up. You know it all.
It's an astrological symbol.
Oh.
Shut your
Then the
face.
mark on the then the mark on the other door.
I think that was a sun symbol.
Oh.
They had seen the same symbols on A deck. There was a door on either side of the stairs. The one on the left had a keyhole with a similar symbol engraved on it.
This is an earth symbol.
Well, I can see where this is going.
The horizontal line symbolizes the equator, and the vertical one represents the prime meridian.
You're going through.
She's too smart for her own good, this girl.
You're going,
She's gonna be the death of us all.
You know what?
Junpei
Why don't
looked
you
up to
figure
the
it out?
Joe, you realise we're going through Pluto, don't you? If there is a Pluto door,
Why are we
That's-
going through Pluto?
we're going through a
Don't have
Pluto
a
door.
key for Pluto.
I don't care.
We don't have any keys, man. Come
Don't
on.
die, Pluto. No.
Junpei.
I was about to say.
Oh, God. Junpei looked up at the ceiling. There was a great circle cut in it, perhaps for a skylight or glass dome, but it had been filled with a gargantuan metal plate. The metal looked very solid. Anything short of an explosive charge was unlikely to damage it. There were several windows along both sides of the ship, or at least there had been. They too were covered in metal plates. In other words, dum 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 dum. We're trapped. While the exits go nowhere, Junpei was not happy.
You went a bit thinking. He was like, "Oh no, we're trapped."
What we gonna do? What we gonna do, Bobo?
Another.
The girl with pink hair spoke up.
Here we go.
I can't remember the voice that gave this girl.
It's high.
Well, I'm sure. I think I'll go with that. Well, I'm sure they'll go somewhere. We just can't open them.
Oh, nice.
Then the mountain spoke.
You don't know that. For all we know, they could just open the walls and take us in circles.
The prince did not agree.
Prince, motherfucker, you back chat me one more time, bitch. I
No,
would've
I'm sure they go somewhere. Otherwise, what point would there be?
Bitch, you want to mind me one more time? You see what happens.
I get sick and tired of your shit.
Tired of your shit, motherfucker.
And we can open. Well, 2 of them at least.
You make him sound like such a know-it-all bastard. Really, I'm getting
He
angry.
is. He's
Wow.
so smart.
Wow.
He's too smart for his own good.
You mean the numbered doors?
And Junpei's just like
Really?
the slowest person on set.
I know, All eyes turned towards the doors with numbers on them. The atmosphere in the room grew tense.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey, listen.
I think I said this earlier, but it sounded like a bloody
Yeah, you get a bit of a frog in
13-year-old
your
Yeah,
throat.
you sound like
boy.
a prepubescent now.
Sorry. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that.
Why
The
she get
dancer
hired?
moved in front of the doors as if to block them.
We'd have to be crazy to open these doors. If we do that, we're doing exactly what Zero wants us to do.
Shh, don't
Please don't make fun of me!
I don't know what's happened to my voice.
Suddenly,
Zero-
everyone
It
began
sounds
to
like she's
speak
gonna
at once.
cry, and that is
Yeah.
so not her character.
I agree.
She's like a
I
very
don't, that's a
clever
terrible
but
idea.
very cunning character.
We should keep going.
She-
We should stay here.
can't
We
be
don't
a
have
bit-
any other way to open any of these doors. We should just wait. Someone's bound to come find us. We don't have time for that. In 8.5 hours, this ship is going to sink. Clamor of voices made it next to impossible to determine who was saying what, which is good because otherwise we'd have to voice act everyone. Their arguments grew more and more intense until people were shouting and screaming at one another.
Fight me IRL,
Junpei
motherfucker.
remained-
I'm not gonna fight you, boy. I'll kick your ass.
Junpei had remained silent, but at last he could take no more. Hey!
What was that?
Come on!
Shut!
I'm,
Hey!
Shut
Shut
up.
up!
I'm some authority,
Shut
Joe.
up!
Come on. Shut up.
They fell silent. All eyes turned to
Butchering these
Junpei.
characters.
Yeah. Come
What
on,
did you
Joe.
expect, Alex? What did you expect?